Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to
The Redmi Turbo 5 Max has officially joined the Turbo lineup, and the big question is simple. Does it actually deliver a better experience, or is it just clever marketing? In this video, we're breaking everything down across 5 key areas: performance, battery life, charging, design, and display, so you can decide for yourself. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. All right, let's jump straight in. First up, performance. Can the Dimensity 9500S really go toe-to-toe with its rivals? On paper, you can think of the Dimensity 9500S as a boosted version of the 9400 Plus with 2 main upgrades. The first is raw power. Its X925 Ultra Core runs at a slightly higher frequency, and in benchmark tests, it's already matching the recently launched Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. Without any extra cooling, the cost-performance benchmark score lands around 3.23 million, which is more than a 1/3 improvement over the previous generation. For gaming, we use the professional testing tool Performance Dog. In honor of Kings at max graphics and frame rate, power draw stayed just over 3 watts, and the phone only warmed up slightly. Compared to the last model, both heat and power consumption dropped noticeably. Genshin Impact was also handled with ease, staying under 4 watts. That puts it on par with this year's Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, though it still trails slightly behind last year's Dimensity 9500. When it comes to demanding StarTrain titles, Dimensity 9500S really shows what it can do. Minimum frame rates stay above 30 FPS, and the average frame rate even beats the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. Overall, the performance jump is impressive, and compared to its predecessor, the Turbo 5 Max is now positioned much closer to true flagship territory. The second upgrade is optimization. The Dimensity 9500S comes with the 2nd generation Dimensity scheduling engine, improving touch response and app launch speeds. It also introduces the updated Dimensity Frame Count 3.0, which supports more games and allows features like frame rate upscaling in titles such as StarTrain on the Turbo 5 Max. Now let's talk battery life. Can it really outperform everything else out there? With its massive 9,000 mAh battery, the phone managed to retain up to 82% after a 3-hour test, currently placing it 2nd among this year's new devices. That's definitely solid, but if you look closer, the advantage isn't as overwhelming as it might seem. Battery size is only part of the story. Real-world endurance also depends on factors like screen size, processor efficiency, camera hardware, and software optimization. So, judging battery life purely by capacity doesn't give the full picture. It really comes down to personal preference. Would you rather have a slimmer, lighter phone with smart power-saving features, or a chunky device that delivers monster battery life? Finally, charging. So how long does it take to fill up a huge 9,000 mAh battery with 100-watt fast charging? Last year's big battery phones often struggled here, with slow top-ups and long trickle charging phases. In our testing, the previous Turbo 4 Pro needed about 30 minutes just for the final trickle stage. The Turbo 5 Max uses a new 100-watt charging solution and reaches 100% in only 71 minutes. That's a big improvement, cutting down trickle charging time and making it noticeably more efficient than other phones in the 9200 mAh class. On top of that, the Xiaomi Redmi Turbo 5 Max supports 100-watt PPS fast charging along with 27-watt reverse charging. It also introduces bypass charging for the first time in this series. Basically, when you plug in the phone and start playing a game, the system automatically switches to smart charging, also known as bypass mode. This setup largely fixes the common single-device charging issue. As long as the phone detects a power-hungry app while connected to a charger, it activates on its own. While it doesn't work as full bypass charging in every situation, the transition feels smooth and doesn't require you to do anything manually. Now let's talk about the design. Starting from the front, there's no glass back panel here. The body width stays the same, while the thickness has gone up just a little. Overall, it doesn't look quite as premium as the Pro version, but the build quality is still solid. The design is eye-catching right away, and the finer details feel familiar. The biggest visual change is the camera module, which is now smaller, more refined, and looks cleaner. The LED strip is still tucked inside the camera area, just slightly wider this time, but its effect and functionality remain unchanged. As for the back cover, the entire Turbo 5 Max lineup uses 2D glass. Considering the massive 9,000 mAh battery and the fact that the phone hasn't gained extra weight, I personally think skipping a heavier glass build is reasonable. You also get a symmetrical infrared layout positioned below the flash, an extremely responsive fingerprint sensor that unlocks almost instantly with a quick 3-second rotation, full water resistance, dual GPS, and NFC. At this point, these have basically become standard features in the 25K price segment. So what about the display and touch response? Have they improved? When the Turbo 4 Pro first launched, some users reported touch issues during gaming, but those were mostly resolved through system updates. Since both phones now run Surge 3.0, we tested them side by side. The Turbo 5 Max performs nearly the same as its predecessor. Multi-finger gestures feel smooth, and there were no obvious touch drop problems. Looking at the screen itself, the panel has been upgraded from M9 to M10. Eye protection and dimming settings stay consistent with the previous generation. Even though the 6.83-inch display has relatively large bezels and noticeable black borders, the overall viewing experience is surprisingly comfortable, which deserves credit. After all, Redmi was among the first to bring this kind of large screen, narrow design approach to this price range. Pricing-wise, the base version of the Redmi Turbo 5 Max starts at 2,199 yuan in China, which works out to roughly £231 in the UK, or about $317 US. And that wraps things up for today's video. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.